Today on the show, we are going to take a look at the new 2025 Toyota 4Runner in SR5 trim. That's right. We're going to start from the bottom, and we've already made our way to the top. And well, near $70,000 for that top, TRD Pro trim is hard to swallow.
Oh,
With SR5, you're still going to get some nice features, and I think we can add some capabilities to it. And especially with the aftermarket, that Toyota just seems to the aftermarket companies just love Toyota, as they should, because the 4Runner has just dominated sales over the years. 200 plus thousand of these things they sell a year, and well, that means aftermarket is coming for some of that easy money. And with the SR5 trim, we're going to start at $40,770, which is I hate to say, in the day and age we live in now, is not too bad if you want a modern looking, modern features vehicle. So let's jump into this and let's check this thing out. First off, you guys know what to do. If you have not yet, go ahead and smash that like button for me and hit the old subscription. And here is the bottom trims. You can see the SR5 is at the very bottom: TRD Sport, TRD Off-Road, and these are the non-hybrid. And I want to stress that these are just the basic turbo 4 cylinders, make about 278 horsepower, which is I don't know, I feel like that was okay 10, 15 years ago, but I wish Toyota would have bumped it up to 300. But Toyota's been very conservative with their engines because it's all about reliability. But one thing that I do like that the SR5 is going to get you, look at all the color options here. So let's go ahead and hit build on this, and we look at some of the colors here. Now, that with the white basic wheels on it, you're not going to get all the off-road tires and stuff. You're definitely going to want to, if you want to build an off-road overland truck like this, you're going to have to go get some tires on it. And so you may plan, when you plan to buy one of these or build one of these like this, plan your build out. If you're into just, hey, I just need basic transportation, I want a 4Runner because I know the quality that they have, nothing wrong with that. We're going to go through that, and you'll see what that'll price out, what my version of it would price out. But if you are you're wanting to build the ultimate Overlander, and you're like, hey, I don't want to spend the $70,000 because I want the options I want on it, SR5 might be the way to go. So let's go ahead and minimize this. And first off, that is ice cap, as you can see there. Next up is cutting edge. Interesting. They definitely got something going on with these kind of basic tones. Underground is next, which is one of my favorite Toyota colors they do. Then you can get the black, supersonic red, which is pretty rad, and heritage blue. Now, heritage blue, I really like that quite a bit, and supersonic red. It's the those would be the two I would choose from. As you can see here, supersonic red is an upcharge though for $425, or heritage blue is no upcharge. Both are great colors, but I think I'm going to stick with the supersonic red. I like what Toyota does with this, and it does give it a little pizzazz. And when you see it with the black fenders and everything, and imagine putting some maybe more aggressive looking tires on right there, that's pretty cool. I do like the fact too, if we look at the front end of this thing, look, you're getting some nice fog lights built in. With the TRD Pro stuff, you're getting built-in LED there, but I do like that we are still getting a little bit of function there. Now, the Toyota badging, of course, I'm not a fan of the old badging they've been doing for past 35 years plus, but I think aftermarket, usually you can get a grill, something to replace that. But those are worries that down the road I'm not worried about. But as you can see here, look at our price already, $42,645. They don't include the shipping and destination charges on that. So when you see the initial front of house pricing, it's always why do they do that? I have no idea. But we're gonna stick for $425. We'll stick with that red right there. Now in the interior, let's check this out real quick, because once again, it's not a complete plain Jane. The radio, it looks a little bit basic, but you're still getting quite a large radio. You are getting a digital center dash there, and look at all the features you're getting. It's not like this thing looks awful. This is still a pretty nice looking vehicle. I love the seats. I love that they've kept the basic outline of the seats. They look the same as the higher trims. Maybe they're not leather and all that, but they still have that nice look. Looks like in the back we're going to get nice fold down armrest there. 4Runners made for capability, so you want all that space back there. And it not being a hybrid, you're going to get, there's no battery pack back here, so it does give you just a hair more cargo space there. But ultimately, this thing looks good. I would I would not turn my nose up at this thing whatsoever. But we got some options here. So get back to this. This is the black fabric, or we can do the Boulder. Now, let's see how Boulder changes this thing up. Ooh, we get into some white. Now, if I wanted something classy, definitely that might be the way to go. But I'm going to take this thing out and get dirty. And I don't know that I want that kind of light colored like color trim with that. So I think the Boulder would be a no bueno for me there. So I'm going back to that black fabric. Yes, it's going to be a little bit hotter, but I think just overall that's a nicer way to do it. Now we are getting this is the iForce Max 2.4 cylinder, making 278 horsepower and a bunch of torques out there. Now, if you're going with the iForce Max, yes, you're going to get the hybrid setup in this thing, and you're going to get a lot more 340 horsepower somewhere in there. 38, something like that. But if you just want the basic four cylinder, it's still not, it's not a bad option. And of course, Toyota quality, a lot of people have been putting their nose up to the four cylinder. Well, to reduce emissions, you have to reduce cylinders, and that's where Toyota's what their company is doing. They don't have a V8 in the Tundra anymore. The Tacoma's gone to the four cylinder, and that's trickled its way down into the 4Runner here. So if you're interested in, hey, I would like a nice vehicle, but I want to reduce my emissions, this is how you do it. And then if you want the kind of horsepower that the V6 had, you get into the iForce Max. But as of right now, we are in a rear-wheel drive system, and that is not going to work for me. So I want the part-time four-wheel drive, which is a $2,000 upcharge on that. But I'm about capability in a vehicle like this. Whether it be camping, going off-roading, whatever I want to do, or when the weather's bad, I want the most capable vehicle to help my family out if I need to get them somewhere. So we're going to get that 8-speed automatic transmission, which once again I've talked about before. It's nice. It's a nice shifting transmission. Running floorboards. Let's get back over here to the vehicle. Running floorboards for $345. No, thank you. Three row on this. Let's see details of that. It doesn't have a picture of it, which bums me out, but no, thank you. Not in this size. I only personally want a 3-row in a full-size SUV. I do never want in a mid-size. It's just you lose so much capability, and sure, you can carry people around, but if you're into your kids playing sports or anything like that, sure, you can carry part of the team with you, but then you have nowhere to put their gear. So that's something to look at when you think of 30 rows. Accessories, let's see what we got here. Protection. So they do all kinds of weather mats and stuff like this. Sometimes I think you can do it cheaper, in the aftermarket. But with the way these manufacturers are doing floor liners now, definitely, their floor liners are great, and the way you can see how they snap in, they've changed night and day to what they used to be. And $248 is a little more expensive than I've seen other brands do, but I still want those. I'm definitely want those floor liners. Now we can go with a black badge overlay there for $65. That might be interesting. I might hit something about that down the road. Carpeted the mats and all that. No, thank you. I do not want carpeted floor mats. The door panel scuff protection. I'm good on that. Toyota loves their accessories, by the way. These key gloves just always make me giggle. Mud guards, no, thank you. And rock rails for $990. That's not a bad price. But I think I'm going to want something that pokes out just a little bit more than what the factories do. With factory stuff like this, they got to go through a lot of testing. I like some aftermarket where they're more willing to worry about protection on the trails and less about crash standards. So I'm going to say no on that. Let's see what we got for wheels. Nothing there. Wheel lugs, no, thank you. Towing and recovery. Let's see what we got there. So no, you can do the hitch on this kind of stuff. I'm good on that. They have a ton of accessories there. Storage, no, thank you. Performance. I am curious about what they have for performance. We get the TRD air filter. No, I'm going to pass on that, especially for $90. Go to your local parts store. You probably do a little bit better than that. Technology. Let's see what we got there. And I can tell you, if you guys have done any of my building prices with me, you know what I'm about to do. They definitely have the integrated dash cams for $500. I do want that. And I think these should be standard things in vehicles now, but they're not. But for $500, I'm never going to notice that in my pricing. So we're definitely going to do that. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and hit finish build. $45,392. It looks like we can get our nice specced out version of the SR5 4Runner. And I'm curious with you guys. I know a lot of people that watch my channel like to build out. They like to. I want the bare bones, and I want to do what I want to do with it. But for $45,000, is that in your wheelhouse? Now you do have other brands out there like Jeep. You can get some stuff with Jeep now that's might be a little bit more capable if you want the removable roof. You've got the Ford Bronco out there. I think for $45,000, you can get into their Sasquatch package with some of their mid-level trims, and you can get 35s from the factory. So how does that, is that a concern for you? Or are you all about, no, I want Toyota. I like the look of this. I'm into the quality. And there's nothing wrong with that because Toyota definitely has some cool quality. So as you can see here, we started out at $42,770, which is strange because it started out at 40,000 at the beginning. We did add supersonic red for $425, which is not a bad upcharge. We're getting just the basic 4-cylinder engine in this thing. Accessories, we did add the floor liners, and as you can see there, we're at $248. The big purchase was the $500 for the dash cam, which I think should once again be standard, which brings us out to the SRP. Remember, I say this every time with Toyota, it's not an MSRP, it's the SRP, because, well, they know their dealers initially when they launch vehicles are going to have probably going to ding you for a little extra. But for $45,392, I think that is a nice way to go, and I'm curious what you guys think. Are you into the new 4Runner? I've seen them in person, I've sat in them, and I'm pretty impressed with them. I do want to the press launch is coming up. I don't know that I'm gonna get to go to that one, but, I will be looking for our friends over at, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk and TRD John and some of the others that we love out there. Be curious what they think of it, and, I'm gonna be texting these guys going, "Hey, John, how was it? Do I need to go buy one?" And maybe you'll be interested in that too. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these badass little 4Runners, I'll stay there. That I'm definitely going to drive and maybe buy. It's been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.